Hello guys, it is Electrical Engineer Mason here today with a complaint. I am sick and tired of almost burning down my house to freaking charge my phone. So, I'm gonna be doing something about that today. Let's kind of zoom in a little bit, give y'all guys a better view of what's going on here. So we're just gonna be stripping the wire. Okay, we're gonna be doing that. In fact, we can just cut this thing down the middle because we don't really care. The wire is already broken. We can only go uphill from here, okay? So you wanna take this, cut it down a little bit further, okay? Because there are two separate exposed points on this wire, and we do not want any exposed points. So we're gonna be cutting right here, okay? Good. And then we're gonna be cutting right here. I apologize for the dogs breathing down my neck. That might come up on microphone. I'm not too sure. So, bro dropped the phone. Okay, well then, we are doing a new recording setup because apparently what I was, wait. Okay, there we go. And now, what I do want to do is kind of like strip it just a little bit down to the thing. Let's try to get like a better view of this. So you do kind of just want to strip it down a little bit to and let's get a little bit light on there too. There we go. Now we can actually see what we're doing. So you're gonna want to strip this down, okay? I'm using an X-Acto knife with like my bare hands here, so if there are some parts cut out, that means that I cut myself. So yeah, I know you don't exactly expect the guy that made the furry that makes VTuber models to be doing this kind of work, but it's kind of needed. I want to charge my phone without having to have it in like just the right spot, like that meme that says when your earphones are broken and they only work in that one position. Editor, put the image on screen. Editor, put Subway Surfers on like the side of the screen to keep their attention. Why am I saying editor do this? Like, I'm pretty sure only y'all in the group chat are gonna see this. And like, I know that my camera work is not going to be the best, mainly because I am not looking at the camera. I'm looking at my hands, and I don't trust the camera that much to protect me in case I am being stupid. There is a slight delay between the camera and what's really going on, so I kind of want to be more aware than that. Frick it, I'm just gonna bite it. There we go. Bit it off. And now what we kind of want to do is just get like a tiny bit of wire ends exposed, okay? So you do want to expose some parts of the wire. For what we want to do, we're going to splice these together. And hopefully. I'm not gonna be fucking shocked upon doing this. I did, it is currently nah, I'm joshing you. I'm joshing you guys. It's not plugged in. So, is that exposed enough? Is that enough of the wire exposed? Frick it, I'm gonna bite it again. Like, you know, this is really kind of tedious, you know that? People do this for their job. Like, I don't even know the first part of how electricity works. All I know is that you get wire. If the wire is connected, power goes through it. And then there's like power plants that spin a turbine, and the turbine spinning generates electricity because there's a magnet and a field or something. Magnetic field generates power and stuff. How do people think about that? Like, hey, if I spin a magnet, it should stimulate the electrons enough to freaking generate a current in this wire. And then there are two types of electricity, DC and AC. Alternating current is what comes out of your walls. It is like 60 hertz sine wave that delivers power. Biting again. Okay, okay, now we got the two things stripped. We're going to want to start grabbing the splicing thing, okay, and then you get it, you put it in, okay, you want to make sure that you get a clean connection, okay? You put blue, okay, you take your blue wire, you put it in the blue thing, you shove it all the way as far as you can. You might need to cut it further down. Okay, splicing the wire, take 2. You wanna, you know what, we're gonna start with black this time, okay? Take the black, put it all the way in the back, good, and take the other side, take the other side's black, put it, you might want to pinch that down a bit, and in fact, we're going to make the most out of this recording setup, and place it like this. Oh yeah. And then we can zoom in, take it out, put it right here, to where y'all can see so much better now. Look at that, you see how clear that is? So now you just place it in, good, okay? And then slide it, once again, all the way to the back. I said, slide it all the way to the back, okay? You, other black thing, you take yourself and go slide all the way to the back. Good. Good, now that it's all the way to the back, you wanna now take it, bro, this freaking pliers don't wanna work, bro. They don't want to work. They're so tight and like hard to do. So you just now clamp down on it. And now that shouldn't be going anywhere. Might want to try it on like the front part of the button too. Make sure that this thing's perfectly flat. Bam. Now that ain't going anywhere. And now for the blue wire. We're gonna take the blue and you to this blue and that blue. Okay. Okay, we're coming along nicely here. We should be having this thing working in no time. So take the blue right there, put it here, all the way to the back. Take this blue. Wait, take these 2 blues, okay? You go in there. You go in there, go all the way to the back. Nice, nice, nice. Can I just squeeze down by hand? Or do I need the pliers? Because these pliers, these is really hard to press down on. So bro, I am using like my full weight on here, and there we go. Finally closed it down. Good. Okay. Now third, but certainly not least, wire, the white one. You see, the thing about the white wire is that it thinks it's so important. It thinks that it is simply better than every other wire simply because of its color. But if you were to strip each wire down and check on the inside, you'll see that all wires, no matter the color of their outsides, are the same on the inside. So there really is no difference between a white wire and any other color of wire. It is simply just the color of its shell. And they all equally do their part to make your electronics work. So yes, did I sneak a little thing? Biting down on it to tell you that being racist is bad? Yeah, snuck it in at the very end there. So now what we're gonna want to do is take our X-Acto knife, put it in a place where it won't hurt anybody. Take our wire, okay, plug it in, okay, and like the most smart place to plug it in would be there. And then you take your wire and you plug it into the phone and see if it charges. And it does. It's charging. Okay. And one last thing, where did I put it? This freaking thing, okay? What we want to do is make sure that our wire is now not structurally impaired, okay? We're gonna want to kind of try to so what we're gonna want to do is take this, okay, tie it. Okay, and now because we're smart and we know that this is a wire that's going to see active movement, we're going to want to try to secure this area, okay? Make sure that it don't get pulled apart by what I assume to be a weak link, okay? So you're gonna want to take these two things tie them together, okay? Make sure that this stuff ain't going nowhere. And just want to give it some more structural rigidity, you know, because I did in fact cut the wire. I introduced a weak point, and I want to make sure that I leave it with no weak point, okay? So now we're gonna take this thing right here, just there we go, okay? Tie that right here, okay? Make sure that this doesn't go anywhere. We want this as tight as possible, okay? And then you take your other side, you take that, tie it to the other side, okay? Make sure that it is shorter than the distance that these two can go apart, because we want this thing right here. We want this thing to be the one that's taking all the stress of dang, I tied it wrong. And here it is, the final thing. So now if I yank on this, these 2 points are now the bearing structural load. So all the stress gets put on this instead of that. So this is the weak point. We want to make sure that no like actual structural load was being taken by this, and we have ensured that does not happen. And so I am proud of what this has done. I am going to just do a little bit more finishing touches and get back. Okay, and now look at that. Looks like an absolute mess. Just my aesthetics. But every single bit of this, well, except for this freaking wire, this string right here. I was trying to like tie it down to here, but I realized that it would kind of ruin my thing. And now that is it, and it works. And I spent no money on that. All of this is just stuff I had lying around, scavenged. This is literally a stick with some rope on it. And all in all, that's about it. See ya. I fixed my charger.